Hey everyone! You always hear people saying, don't bring a baby or toddler to Walt Disney World. They say they won't remember it or that it's not worth it. Well, we took our 11-month-old son anyways, and it ended up being the most magical trip of our lives. So today we're sharing the tips that saved our trip, as well as what we would do differently next time, and what you need to know before bringing a baby to Disney. I know it's been a long time since we've made a video, but we are back, and now we have our sweet Finley in our vlogs too. This is our first video since he was born in December 2024. First and foremost, we know that every baby is different, but we hope sharing our experience and everything we learned along the way will help you if you're planning a trip with a little one. We'll be talking about rides, characters, naps, strollers, food, experiences we recommend, and even a few things we wouldn't do again. But anyway, let's get into it. Good morning! We're going to Animal Kingdom.
No, this is for the baby.
We're so excited! Yay!
This is family videos.
Yeah, family vlogging. Tip number 1. Yes, your baby can go on rides. Everyone's biggest question usually is, can babies or toddlers even go on rides? And the answer is yes, and way more than we expected. Your baby won't be plummeting 130 feet on Tower of Terror or launching 60 miles per hour on Tron, but there are so many rides at Walt Disney World that babies and toddlers can enjoy. Magic Kingdom alone has over 25 rides with no height requirement. These are gentle, slow-moving rides like Pirates of the Caribbean, It's a Small World, Peter Pan's Flight, Haunted Mansion, and so many more. We definitely found Magic Kingdom to be the most baby-friendly park, and we had a completely new appreciation for it experiencing it as parents now.
Did you like Peter Pan? Nah. Or are you just pretending though?
It's too cool for Peter Pan. On our Magic Kingdom day, we rope dropped Peter Pan's Flight before the lines got too long, and then we headed over to It's a Small World. Greg was very excited to pass down his emotional trauma from It's a Small World to his son.
It's a small world time now.
This one, if he likes this one, he's not my child.
This is the first trip in a while we haven't rope dropped in the Small World. We did Peter Pan with all the other parents.
You excited, Finley? Huh?
He makes his own fun. We also did Haunted Mansion, which may be a little intense for some toddlers because of the darkness and sounds, but Finley did great.
What'd you think of Haunted Mansion? You weren't scared, were you? You were like, what are we looking at? You did awesome.
He smiled in the stretching room and not at It's a Small World, so that's concerning. Other favorites were Pirates of the Caribbean, Under the Sea with the Little Mermaid, Prince Charming's Carousel, and of course the People Mover, which is a fan favorite for all ages and a favorite of ours. There were still many other rides we could have done, but between naps, dining, characters, and just taking things slow, this is what worked well for us. Flexibility is key when you're traveling with a baby. Epcot was surprisingly the next most baby-friendly park for us, with rides like Journey into Imagination with Figment, Living with the Land, The Seas with Nemo and Friends, and Frozen Ever After, and more. Plus, there are amazing walkthrough experiences like Moana's Journey of Water and the aquarium inside the Seas Pavilion, which we'll talk about more later. We took him on Spaceship Earth. There are a couple other rides available to babies and toddlers too in this park. Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios were more limited for Finley's age. Animal Kingdom still had lots to see with all the animals, and he loved Kilimanjaro safaris and Navi River Journey. At Hollywood Studios, we did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which was adorable and perfect for his age. Hollywood Studios had fewer ride options, so we planned for a shorter half day there instead. Some rides can be dark and loud. We brought baby headphones just in case, but we never needed them. Finley was completely mesmerized by all the lights, sounds, and movement. Seeing Disney through his eyes was truly something special. And if parents want to ride thrill rides, Disney offers Rider Switch. One parent rides while the other waits with the baby, then you switch without waiting in line again. It's an amazing feature, so nobody has to miss out. But the rides weren't the most magical part. This was. Tip number 2. Meet the characters. Seeing Finley meet Mickey Mouse was one of the most special moments of my entire life. He was completely enamored. He was playing peekaboo, trying to nibble Mickey's nose, and he didn't want to leave. It was pure magic, and I definitely found myself shedding a tear and getting emotional. This is the moment that made the whole trip for me. After that, we made it a priority to meet as many characters as we could because seeing his reactions were incredible. Of course, every baby is different. Some might be nervous, but try it early in your trip and see how they react. If they love it, it can become one of the best parts of your vacation. Character dining was also amazing for us. We did Ohana at the Polynesian Resort and Garden Grill at Epcot. Ohana was wonderful but very busy and fast-paced, while Garden Grill felt more relaxed and intimate with the characters and ended up being one of our favorite experiences. We'll have full videos on those in the future. And speaking of dining, one of our biggest regrets brings us to tip number 3. Book dining close to where you are. Before we had Finley, Greg and I would travel across Disney property for restaurants without thinking twice. But with a baby, everything takes longer. Distance feels more exhausting. When we booked our advanced dining reservations, we booked these the way we used to book our dining reservations. Where do we want to eat? Rather than considering, is it even close to where we plan on being that day? We quickly learned to book dining in the same park we were already in, or one that is close to the park we were in or our resort. Traveling across Disney World with a tired baby can be exhausting, but we often changed plans last minute. We ended up changing 4 of our original dining plans last minute because of this, and that's okay. Flexibility is essential. But this next tip could save you so much money and stress. Tip number 4, bring your own baby food, snacks, and formula. Did you know that you can bring food into the park for you or your baby, as well as drinks and of course milk and formula if you're traveling with a toddler or baby like us? So don't stress about what can my baby eat at Walt Disney World. You can bring your own milk formula, baby food, and baby snacks right into the park and don't need to purchase anything, even snacks, food, or water for yourselves or other family members. We brought powder formula with us for easier transport, but you can bring a small cooler. Side tip is don't buy crazy expensive bottled water in the parks, bring your own refillable bottle or your own bottled water. Our next tip saved our photos, so we left our vacation happy with some amazing shots that we'll cherish forever. Tip number 5, take important photos early. Babies get messy fast. Accidents happen. Get your must-have photos early in the day. Babies get tired, clothes get messy, and crowds get bigger. So we tried to get those as early as we could in our park day before Finley had food all over him or got too tired for photos. Getting photos done early made a huge difference. But speaking of accidents, that brings us to tip number 6, which is bring extra clothes for your baby. Accidents will happen. We had multiple outfit changes throughout the trip. Extra clothes are essential, and not just for the baby, which is tip number 7. Bring extra clothes for yourself too. For the record, Greg has been puked on and peed on all in one day. Not mama, Greg. Dad.
Peed on 2 days in a row.
Finley had an accident, but now he has fresh clothes, and the baby care centers are amazing. They're so clean.
Greg got peed on and puked on, all in the same day. So yes, bring backup clothes for yourselves too. Trust me, we learned this the hard way, as it wasn't something we thought of. Greg also got puked on later in the week on the plane ride home, so this is something we'll now consider for all future trips. Also, this side tip heavily depends on the time of year you go to Walt Disney World, but we went in November and the temperature in Florida for a few days was colder than where we lived in Canada. So keep in mind that the winter months can get cooler than you may expect, so bring warm clothes as well for those months. Obviously in the spring, summer, and early fall, it's going to feel like you're on the surface of the sun. It's so hot, so that's much different.
We've got goosebumps today. It's very chilly. It's a lot cooler today than we're usually used to in Florida, hence the jeans, but I didn't bring a sweater with me today. Finley's going to Disney.
Ooh, it is.
It's very cold today. 3 layers on. This psychopath, absolute psychopath, got a frozen LaFouche boot. No, everyone gave me weird looks, I promise.
This is probably the best one I've ever had.
Yeah, I tasted the foam on the top, but it was very good, but it's way too cold. Way too cold.
It is cold.
It's 5 degrees Celsius. What's that Fahrenheit?
57.
57 degrees. I got hot coffee to warm up. Look who's awake from their nap.
Oh, his little chin. His little phone.
Are you good? Bundle up.
Tip number 8, use the baby care centers in the parks. But these have tons of change tables that are cleaned immediately after each use, movies and seats for some quiet time for kids, cribs to nap in, bottle warmers, microwaves, and even things for purchase that you might have forgotten like diapers, wipes, food, or medicine. Greg and I both can't rave about these baby care centers enough. They are so nice, so well maintained, and great for little ones to get a break from the hustle and bustle of the parks, or even just to change a diaper and have a quiet area to feed them. Disney makes sure they are able to accommodate all ages and make your vacation as easy as they can. If you are close to a baby care center, definitely use these over the restroom change tables. Check your map or Disney Experience app, as there is one in all 4 parks. Tip number 9, let's talk strollers. There are some great stroller rental companies around Walt Disney World. You can rent a stroller for your entire stay, have it dropped off at your resort, and picked up when you leave. You can also rent one just for the day inside the parks, but those can't leave the park. For us, we priced everything out for a week-long trip, and it ended up being almost the same cost to just buy a travel stroller on Amazon. It was free to check on the plane, way easier than bringing our big stroller, and we got to keep it after the trip. So our recommendation would be, if you're staying less than a week, rent one. If you're staying a week or longer, it actually might be cheaper to just buy a travel stroller. A quick side tip, you can't bring strollers into ride lines. There's stroller parking outside most attractions, but it's usually a sea of strollers. So make sure you remember where you parked your stroller or add something recognizable to yours. And just a heads up, cast members do sometimes move them around to keep things organized.
A pro tip is to remember where you put your stroller when there's so many strollers.
Under the sign was a good idea.
That wasn't intentional.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Oh, wink, wink.
No, it was
Sure,
the
Greg
first,
did it on purpose.
it's the first spot that was open.
Tip number 10. Speaking of strollers, let's talk about naps. This is probably the number one thing parents stress about. And again, every baby is different. Finley napped really well in the stroller. We would recline it, cover it with a blanket for shade, and let him sleep on the go. While he napped, we explored. We'd browse shops in each park and look for fun souvenirs. Sometimes we would grab food or a drink, or just wander around and enjoy the atmosphere. At Epcot, we actually ate our way around the World Showcase during the Food and Wine Festival while he slept through most of it, which worked out pretty great for us. There are different festivals all through the year, so you would be able to do this on your trip too. How did he nap through all that noise? I have no idea, but I think it helped he's used to sleeping with a sound machine at home. But your baby will be taking in so much stimulation all day. They're watching everything going on, so by nap time, they're usually pretty exhausted and ready to recharge.
Making it around the world all during nap time. He's getting a good nap in today. A $12 wine right there. $13 wine right there. Welcome to Disney. Cheers. Cheers.
Finley, are you gonna go on Frozen? You see Olaf? Says, I'm gonna bite that wall, Dad. Too much fun on Frozen. Rope dropping is exhausting. Tip number 11, take breaks. Disney is busy all the time, and with a baby, it could easily feel intense because you're constantly making sure their needs are being met. It's okay to stop and take a break. If it's time for a bottle, find a nice quiet place to sit and enjoy a snack in a few minutes sitting down. You can get back to the hustle and bustle of the Disney magic after a few minutes. The magic will still be there when you're ready to jump back in. This also includes taking a full resort day. One of our regrets was that we didn't build in more downtime at the resort to just hang out. Having a slower day at the resort and letting your baby nap comfortably or enjoy the pool for a bit would make a huge difference. Tip number 12, enjoy the experiences, not just the rides. Disney World is so much more than just rides. Some of our favorite moments were the slower, quieter experiences. There are lots of great shows, walkthrough experiences, or even additional add-ons you can do. One of the highlights for Finley was the aquarium inside the Seas Pavilion at Epcot. He loved watching the fish, the dolphins, the manatees. It completely lit up his face and was a special moment we could appreciate. We also went to Moana's Journey of Water, which is an interactive walkthrough experience also in Epcot, and he loved it. He was playing with the water and exploring. All the kids were having the best time in this section, and I think Finley could have stayed there all day. He also enjoyed the World Showcase in Epcot when he wasn't napping There's just so much for little ones to see. And don't forget about shows. We didn't get to a ton, but we did take them to the Frozen sing-along at Hollywood Studios. And I know you're probably thinking that sounds awful, but it's so cute and full of lots of jokes for adults too. Finley had a great time. He was clapping, watching everything, and completely engaged. And if your baby gets fussy, you can just quietly step out, but I wouldn't worry too much as there are children everywhere, which actually leads perfectly into the next tip. Tip number 13, don't stress about meltdowns. This was one of the best pieces of advice someone gave me before our trip. Babies will be babies, and your baby is not the only baby at Disney. There are families with young kids everywhere. Between the crowds, the noise, and everything going on, nobody is paying attention if your baby gets upset. It's not like being on a plane when you feel like every eye is on you. Yes, that happened. At Disney, everyone is so focused on their own experiences, so don't stress. Okay, so let's get into a different kind of experience that costs extra but was beyond worth it to us. Tip number 14, get your baby's haircut at the Harmony Barbershop on Main Street, USA. Did you even know there's a barbershop in the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World? Not only can babies get their hair cut here, but so can adults. They offer a baby's first haircut package, and it was around $25 plus tax. It included the haircut itself, a My First Haircut Mickey Ears hat, a certificate, and they gathered a lock of his hair and added it in a pouch with pixie dust for me to keep. This was beyond special. The cast members were incredible. Finley had just woken up from a nap, so they made him feel comfortable, keep him entertained, and made the whole moment so memorable. And I'll never forget that proud little face at the end. So even if your child's already had their first haircut, you can still book a regular one. Just make sure to book in advance on your My Disney Experience account, as these appointments go quickly. Now that we've talked all about the amazing ways to make memories, what about a souvenir to commemorate your trip with your baby? Tip number 15, buy a Christmas ornament. This was my favorite souvenir that we got at the Christmas shop. You can get these at the Christmas shop in Magic Kingdom or in Disney Springs. You can get them personalized, so we had one made with Finley's name and the year. And now every Christmas when we hang it on the tree, we'll remember this trip. So now that we've discussed everything about the parks, let's quickly chat about our recommendations on where to stay during your Walt Disney World trip with your baby or toddler. Tip number 16, stay on property if you can. If it's within your budget, staying on Disney property makes a huge difference and can be a game changer for your trip. Transportation is included. It's easier to get back to your resort and everything just feels simpler. With a baby, that convenience matters so much. If you need to go back for a nap, grab something you forgot, or just take a break, it's quick and easy. You can also request a crib or pack and play for your room, and they usually come with Mickey sheets, which is adorable. We also used online grocery delivery, which was dropped off at Bell Services. It made things so much easier having diapers, snacks, and baby food waiting for us.
Finley, where are we going? We going on the Skyliner? Yeah. He's supposed to be napping and he said no. He's too excited. Yeah. Who's that baby?
And last but not least, I'll leave you with the cliche. Tip number 17, stop and take in the magic. This trip is about making memories for you. Pause, enjoy it, and watch your little one's face light up with happiness, or in Finley's case, his serious face too, sometimes like his dad. They are soaking up the sights and sounds, and you are soaking up the experience of watching them at Disney. There will be other trips to pack everything in. Take your time with your baby, let them lead your day, and just pause to soak in the magic for yourself. People still think I'm crazy when I say Finley has already been to Walt Disney World at this age, but we stayed flexible, followed his lead, and had the most magical experience.
Finley!
Backpack. Finley.
That's not Finley, that's Finley. That was funny though.
So in our opinion, take the trip, make the memories, and live the magic for yourselves while watching the joy on your child's face. We had such an amazing time that we are already planning Finley's next adventure with Mickey Mouse. We hope these tips help you plan your vacation, and if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching our latest adventure. Check out our channel for playlists on our adventures in Walt Disney World, Universal, cruising, Dollywood, and more travels and fun. And be sure to check out our next adventure. Thanks for watching!